Hello friends, my name is Angelo Achuil. Today I'm sharing like my own story. Well, I guess everyone has the right to tell his own story. So, I mean, some people ask me, why did you leave the Catholic Church and join the Seventh-Day Adventist Church? So I thought maybe it's good to do a brief story of why I left. Um, I think I left like in 1996, and then I was baptized into Adventist Church in 1997. Why? Because I think there was a friend. Uh, he was in the SPLA. He was in Sudan People Liberation Army. He was my friend, and then I know he was a very rough guy. And then he got wounded somewhere 1990 thing. I don't know, 1991 or 1992 there. So in 1990s, and then he was taken to Kenya, Lopeding, Nairobi, come back to Kakuma, where we were as refugees. And then his life seemed to have changed. He stayed in the house mostly in the day, while the rest of us and his age mate were running around after ladies. This guy was studying the Bible like literally most part of the day. So I went and find out. I thought from the rumors, it looked like it was probably something not going right here. So I went to find out, and from there, I thought I was very solid in knowing the Bible, or at least the catechism. We used to catechism. From my following what happened to him, well, that's how I became an Adventist. I asked him questions, and then he asked me questions. So I realized that each time I answer, and each time he answered, I would ask him, and he would support his question with what is written in the Bible, and then I would just answer from my mind. And then he said, "Can you open from the scripture?" And I could not be able to open it. So I really feel challenged, and I feel like I was defeated, although I act like I was not defeated. So I go to my house, I go and study, and then I brought him some Bible texts that were not really, not real answers, but at least something to look like I was also doing something. But anyway, that was when I slowly, the main thing that convinced me was the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments, the way I was taught, and in my church, they were not really right. Something I realized that two things were either missing or changed, because we used to say it in my own language. Along the Alikather, I'll just say it briefly in my own language. It's like Tongmonjang in South Sudan. We call Tognyal de Liu Ro Durnyal del Padia Konyal Kunyal Mante Ur Como di Duran. The term Duran ko the road to chair that Duran along the one Duking around the Wipur. Tia do around the Wipur. That was how we used to say them. If you want to know how they are arranged in the Catholic Church, just pick a catechism and read how the Ten Commandments are written. And then you open, bring your catechism, bring the Bible, and then see them together. You will see something. There's something wrong there. So this guy, we went through the Bible, and then what I found, I was shocked that something were taken out, because the second commandment was taken out, which is dealing with says, "You shall not make an idol. You shall not do graven images or bow down to them or serve them. For I, the Lord, am a jealous God, um, visiting sins on the children of of the fathers on the third after fourth generation, but showing my love to the multitude who love me and keep my commandment." That is like the second commandment, one of the longest. Then I realized it was out. And then there was a good reason. I said, "Yeah, I can understand that, because, of course, in the church we have some idols that are say this is Jesus, this is Mary, and many other saying that we sometimes we honor in a good way. We don't say we worship them, we say we honor them. But sometimes bowing down and honoring, where's the line between that? It was a bit disturbing me. So, and then the fourth one, the fourth commandment was changed, and it become like the third. And then it says, keep the day of the Lord holy, and it doesn't explain which day that is. So we are just assume that it was Sunday, but in the Bible, it turned out a different thing. It is Saturday. The fourth commandment in Exodus 20. Uh, by the way, 10 commandments are all found in Exodus 20, and they are scattered throughout New Testament. It just says that remember to keep the Sabbath day holy. 6 days you shall do your work, and do all your work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord. The Sabbath is the rest. And it says the seventh day, not the first day of the week. The seventh day of the week is Saturday. So that one convinced me. But then somebody would say, actually, well, those were in the Old Testament. Are they in the New Testament? Yes. Luke chapter 4, verse 16 says that Jesus came to Nazareth where he was brought up, and on the Sabbath day, as his custom was, as his culture, his tradition, his behavior, if I can say, things that he kept doing. On the Sabbath day, he went to the temple, and his custom was he went to the Sabbath day worship. That is Luke 4:16. So Jesus kept the Sabbath. If you go to the book of Hebrews, chapter 4, verse 9, it said the Sabbath, which is the seventh day. If you start from Hebrew 4, from verse 4 going forward, they explain that the Sabbath, the seventh day of the week, is the rest of God. And that rest is still abiding for God's people up to today. So that really break my back. So I said that to me that I would rather do that one. But it was hard for me to leave the Catholic Church because, it was big and it looked really, uh, it looked, a lot of my friends were there. So I felt like it was looked like my home. But I realized that at the end, we will be judged by what is written. Jesus, when he was dealing with the devil, he said, will be written. In Revelation, the people will be judged by what is in the book, not by what the priest say, because the priest is also going to stand his own judgment, and I'm going to stand my own judgment. So from there, that's why I left. There were many other truths that were not there, but the main reason was you read the Ten Commandments, and then you find out that Ten Commandments are still binding. If they were not binding, then they should not be been put into catechism to be taught. So that was one of the reasons I left the Catholic Church. And there were many other truths I found out later. So thank you. If you have time, just go on the internet and you study more. You will find out.